Good afternoon and welcome to the Hyatt Regency Jacksonville Riverfront. Our next match are the 2025 Men's Open semi-finalists. On TV Table 2, Robbie Capito and his opponent Arseny Sevastanov. And over here on TV Table 1, Joshua Filler and his opponent, Alucius Yap. Players, please lag for the break.
It's a very warm welcome, pool fans. You join us in Jacksonville, Florida. This is the JAX Men's Open 10-ball semi-final. A matchup between two players having huge 2025s. Match munchers. Joshua Filler takes on Aloysius Yap. Referee for the affair, Florian Rettenbacher from Austria. My name is Gethin Davis. And joining me in the commentating box, my dear friend and colleague, Eric Horlifson. Well, this should be fireworks. Eric, what are you thinking?
Hey, pleasure to be with you guys. I mean, how can you pick a winner here? You got the hottest player in the world against one of the best players in the world, so we're in for a treat, no doubt.
Absolutely. With the wonderful introduction, it did point out there's a nice prize pot here for these players, getting from the semi into the final. But both players enjoying great years, as I alluded to in the introduction. Joshua Filler fourth in the list with $244,000 for the year. Aloysius Yap, well, he's second with $295,000 for the year. So if you measure your success on the size of their back pockets, Aloysius Yap has the edge, and he's taken the lag in this race to four best of three set format.
Breaking from the side rail, looking for the one in the right middle. He's got it. Good start for Yap here. On the two ball as well, Gethin.
Absolutely, Eric. It took a favorable clip off the 8, and that's opened up nicely, and well, good early opening signs. Maybe a threat of the 10 hampering the 4. But the 3 close by, Eric.
Yeah. Kind of drawing into the 8 a little bit. If he can avoid it and get an angle on the 3 to go into the 4, that'll be ideal. Not enough draw there. Almost sounded like a half miscue, Gethin. Kind of a weird one.
Yeah. Interesting to see what he does now. He's come up a little short.
Well, I guess it goes. By the slimmest of margins, we're down the line now. It does go.
I got my eyes as close to the screen as I could. That is tight, Eric. But well played to find it.
Break's going to be big overall in this match. Both players expected to make very few mistakes. Almost a contest of, not overall, but a big factor is going to be who really hits the break the best. For example, Yap getting the one on the side on that first break. No luck in that. Controlling things nicely here.
No. Well pointed out, Eric. One of the stats that we do get coming up in between sets indicates not just how successful these players are off the break, but also, more importantly, do they get a shot on the next ball? And in Aloysius Yap's case, the 2-ball presented itself nicely, and now he's looking in good position to take this opening rack in this first set. He rattled it into that center pocket, and, well, as we both know, Eric, they're not very forgiving, the pockets on these tables this week.
Yeah, we're down to 4 1/8 inches. For those of you that haven't been tuning into previous matches, these Apex tables started off at 4 3/8 inches. Considerable difference, just making things tougher on the players, which is good. Seeing some missed balls that we haven't in the past.
Yeah, he's navigated that nicely. Saw an interesting play by Aloysius in one of his previous matches, and he played what looked to be quite a nonsensical push shot, but then realized, well, he's the left-hander, the right-hander isn't going to go be able to take that shot, and had to give it back to Aloysius, and he made the shot. So it was fantastic pool psyche and logic.
Yeah, we've been seeing that a little bit in the mixed doubles. Lefties playing with righties, kind of playing them into positions that they're not used to. Nelson Fisher and Jesus Atencio taking down that tournament last night. 2 4-3 set wins.
Yeah, that was a great match, absolutely. And you can watch matches back on the Pro Billiard TV YouTube channel. And if you do, please do like, share, and subscribe, as Aloysius Yap, well, opens up with a break and run. And in this winner breaks format, as you alluded to, Eric, that could play an absolute vital role in him dominating, or looking to dominate, in this opening set.
Yeah, overall the break and run percentage isn't very high, but when you get players like Yap and Filler and call it the top 10 seeds in the field, it is a factor. And they're doing everything right, not only in the run-out department, but also the break department. See if you can produce a similar one here. He's got it again, Geffen.
Oh, and the 2 took another favorable bounce into the open. We did see Robbie Capito yesterday open his account with 2 break and runs, wasn't able to take a third. He's playing over on our other table at the moment in the other semi-final. He takes on the strong Finn, Arseny Sevastianov. That match being brought to you on our other stream channel with our colleagues Tim De Ruyter and George Teachea, narrating you whimsically through that match. What's Aloysius looking at there?
I think he's going to try to play the 2 in the top left and run into the 8 or the 4. Should be a good position for the 3. Catch the 8 thick enough and miss the 2 as well. First chance for Filler now. Six ball playing big, coming across table.
Extension.
If he does run into it, it's going to be trouble. 7 ball's covering a good portion of where he wants to be on the 3. Little high. Oh, look at this. 10 ball, 3 ball combo. Could hear him call it already. Good spot by Filler here.
I did wonder what he was looking at before. Clearly picked up on something. Eric Hallifson. Joshua Filler takes the opening rack in this, the second rack to get the scoreline back to 1 apiece in this opening set in flamboyant style. There is one exception to the WPA rule for this 10-ball event, and that is early 10 balls count. And well, Eric, Joshua picked that one up rather well, quite quickly.
Yeah, such an intelligent player on the table. Wouldn't expect him to miss something like that. I didn't see it until he called it, to be honest. And the highest pool IQs in the game.
Yeah, and that brings the scoreline back to level and gives him the break in this winner breaks format. So we'll get to have a look at Joshua's break here. Third rack opening set.
See if we can get a replay on that one. I feel like the corner ball went directly in the corner, which is very rare. Good thing for Josh here. Just breaking a little bit in from the side rail, kind of halfway in between the full-on side rail break and the break from the middle. A little more offensive. A little less chance of making the one, but going to spread the balls better overall. It's worked well here.
One ball, side pocket.
He's going after this, Gethin.
Yeah, he's on the offense. There are safety options for him out there. Feels this bank is on.
Got it.
Where's the cue ball? Oh, very nicely done. Does need to come back in towards traffic though here. It looks like off the blue 2. But the 3 from that camera angle squeezes in the 4.
Yeah, about 3/4 pocket there. He'll want to pocket it in a way where he doesn't move the 4, which might be tough. Shot here, getting closer to it, knowing he's not playing into a full pocket.
He gets a couple of claps from the crowd, which is filling up.
Corner pocket.
We're now just past 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Shot, avoiding the 4. One more cue ball movement to the 5, and he should be good to get through this rack.
Extension.
Now, these players struggle at times too, to whatever extent their struggle is, but just looking at the first 3 racks here, we have 2 break-in runs, 1 tough miss ball from Yap. There's a reason these players make it to the end of tournaments, and there's a reason these players are, call it 90% on their match wins overall in tournaments. They just control things better than so many other even top players.
Yeah, and that level of consistency to couple it really does make them formidable. This race to 4 format can certainly suit some players more than others.
Aloysius and Josh both played in the mixed doubles with their respective partners, respective wives and girlfriends. Neither made it to the quarterfinals. But I think those will both be 2 strong teams going forward on the Pro Billiard Series.
Yeah, I really do enjoy the mixed doubles events. Sometimes you get a couple of new couples come together, and when it gels, it's very entertaining. Joshua Filler, as you alluded to, this 10 ball for a break and run, and takes the lead in this race to 4, 2-1. And well, you mentioned how big the breaks are going to be, and if they're able to start converting their breaks into break and runs, it will be down to the finer margins and even down to the good and bad rolls.
Yeah, I actually like Aloysius's break a little better if he's able to keep controlling the 1 consistently, which is easier said than done. Josh is going in from the rail a bit, so he's getting a little bit better overall dispersion, maybe a better chance of fluking one other than the head ball, but moving the cue ball in like this, the 1's not going to go in as often. Interesting to see all the breaking strategies these top players use.
See a raise of the leg from Filler there to get as much power as he could into it. But there's a squirm on his face. That's a dry break, Eric.
Yeah, first one of the match. Just left Yap straight in here with distance. 2 balls in an awkward position. Could consider comboing it.
Played that very well, locked the cue ball up against the 9, which narrows down Filler's options here. And the 1 has just come off the cushion a little bit as well, which makes it a bit more difficult to aim for. This is a tough one, Eric.
Yeah, he's completely covered the right long rail. Yap would have just had to leave himself too far from the combo there, so properly recognized that the safe was the best option. Can go 3 rails back to the right of the 8. Tough though, because he's bridging right over the 9. What a shot. Gonna get a rail. He's good. What a shot.
Yeah, that gets a tap on the table from Yap. Not only made the hit, but got the rail. Yeah, we've had
the left edge of it.
Yeah, I was about to say, Eric, over the past few days in the JAX men's and mixed couples event, also the Kamui 2025 Women's World 9-Ball Championships going on at the same time, we have seen so many highlight shots that have not involved a ball being potted. Really a testament to the safety play by these top-class players, and more importantly, how their opponents get out of it.
Two-way bank for Filler here, leaning towards the safe side of it a little more. Tough one to jump for Yap. He's got his jump cue in hand, but putting it down now. Don't know if he has the short rail here. He does, but he's looking at going 2 rails behind it. Cue ball could play over towards the 3-6.
Just looks like the 5 might be hampering that ever so slightly.
Yeah, to the point where it looks like he might be going 1 rail at it, not 2.
Great camera angle. Helps us a huge deal here in the box. It was a good hit, but yeah.
It's tied up the 2 even worse now, but Josh actually has an angle to go into it. He could get into the short side. I believe it is available in the right middle. This could work actually, Gethin. He's thinning the side now.
It could very well work.
Yeah, it's pretty thin.
It would be aggressive, to say the least.
Let's judge this.
He has.
Chance. Yeah, open chance for Yap now. 4 balls in a bad spot. First order of business will be making this long pot on the 2.
Solid shot.
The 4 could be, yeah, nice shot there. Looks like the 4 could be available in the left middle, Gethin. I think it is.
It is. He needs to be careful where he lands on it, though, because the 10 ball is threatening to collide with the cue ball, and that would be in between it and the 5. Forces it around the angles very nicely.
Yeah, perfect position here for Yap. Gonna level the score line at 2 each.
Can't really, can he screw back from this 5? The center pocket looks like it's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, should be okay. Just a little less speed. Might be traveling that way, but just draw it a little less. Got even closer to it. Gonna need some right spin to check up the cue ball here. Oh, the spin got him, Gethin.
Yeah, it did indeed. Finished lovely on the 7, but did not make sure of the 6. And Joshua out of his chair in quick fashion. And this would be the difference between Filler on the hill or Yap bringing it back to 2 apiece. Could be a pivotal moment in this opening set.
Yeah, and you can see the tighter pockets getting him on that one. Wasn't missed by much. But when you're spinning the ball, you just don't have the exact feel of how the cue ball is going to play towards the object ball, and that's when the pocket size matters. Really overdrew the 5 a little bit. Big break for Filler here in the first set.
Yeah, I can't imagine we're going to see many mistakes from these players. At the first there from Yap, imperative that Filler jumps on it. Yeah, looking at these last 2 balls here, Eric. And this will give Joshua the break and the hill in one foul swoop. Yeah, could so easily have been 2 each there, Eric. Interesting. We have our friend of the team, Michael Statman, I'm starting to call him MStat. And he's just eluded us to where the 4 semi-finalists are in the rankings for this event. Down in 8-9 is Arseny Sevastianov and Aloysius Yap. And then in 1 and 2, it's Robbie Capito and Joshua Filler. So the top 2 split, the 8-9 is split. And Joshua Filler was on 8-6-1 coming into this match. Aloysius Yap, not that far behind, but significantly on 8-0-8. I do like a stat,
Great
Eric.
stuff. Oh, it's great stuff. I mean, it's no coincidence that they've made it this far. Number 1 and 2 overall in stats in the semifinals. That corner ball, ball right in the corner of the rack seems to be going towards the corner. It rattled out this time. It's supposed to go more directly to the short rail. Nothing down for Filler. See that corner ball right in, almost into the bottom left? It went in on his first break, actually.
Well, Filler can be quite a visual player. Does like to put it out on his sleeve at times. He was not happy with the way that this has been left to Aloysius, and that would lead me to believe that he's got a good lock on this potting angle for the 1 ball.
Couldn't see enough of it. He's lost the cue ball too, Gethin.
Well,
Hand chance for Filler to take the set down now.
that was the last thing Aloysius wanted. Was he looking to catch it thinner, or was there a chance that he could see the potting angle? Well, no, but more importantly, he's handed advantage back to his opponent, who is on the hill in this opening set. Ball in hand. Early warning signs.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. If he was actually playing safe there, he would have overcut it more. Just misjudged the pocketing and lost the cue ball. Good table for Filler. 3 balls the toughest ball, but he has a good angle to play up the right long rail now.
Joshua normally likes to check the cue ball in and out of this long rail.
So a couple mistakes from Yap in this set, about 3 total. Finisher. Filler's punished him quickly.
Yeah, you have a feeling Yap will do the same to Filler if he had the chance. But as it stands, this first set is looking more and more tilting towards Joshua Filler. Referee Florian Rettenbacher helping out Joshua there, a little smile. Players are under a shot clock, as I'm sure you will have noticed in the bottom left corner of the screen. We do have 1 extension to call per rack, but our referee just helping Josh get the extension back under the table.
Underdrawn a bit here. See if he drags this one in, kind of drags it over the cue ball over near the bottom right. Tougher than it looks here. Easy to kind of decelerate on these type of shots. Might be powering up and drawing it all the way to the long rail. shot.
Very good shot,
Flawless
Eric.
set.
Joshua Filler takes the opening set in convincing style. The difference, well, from the first look, just 2 mistakes from Aloysius Yap. And the scoreline 4-1 tells that story very well. As our 2 players are just going to take a break. I would suggest Eric and myself also. Please do not go anywhere. They will just be away for a couple of minutes, and so will we. And we'll be straight back for the opening of our second set. Don't go anywhere. Well, a warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this JAX Men's Open 10-ball semi-final matchup between Joshua Filler and Aloysius Yap. If our joiners in the box is my colleague Eric Horlifson. My name is Gethin Davis. Joshua Filler already breaking. They're not messing around today, Eric.
Yeah, 1 ball flying in the top left there. It's on the 2. But yeah, Filler in fine form here. A couple mistakes from Yap, but Filler took full advantage. Taking down the first set in about 20 minutes.
Absolutely. And if that will be the difference in this match, Joshua will just need not make a mistake. Easier said than done. And I'm not too sure if he can see that 3. He's played it as if he could.
Yeah, first mistake from Filler here. He might be able to get him behind the 8. Shot.
Nearly made
it a little bit.
Nearly made it in the center pocket. That could have spoiled the party.
Pass being able to contact the 3 directly in the side. Outside chance of kicking this one in here. try. It's not them safe enough.
Yeah, it was a good hit.
And the 8 again, I think, for filler here.
Interesting reports back from the stat man during the break. On the offense bracket, Filler made no fouls, no missed shots. His opponent making 1 foul and 3 missed shots. And that would really be the story of the first set.
Yeah, Yap did. Yeah, Yap did have some chances. Particularly the 6, just misjudged,
Ball side
putting a
pocket.
bit of spin on it. It's a very makeable ball.
He had 100% break success. And that really is the hardest part in this 10-ball discipline. Well, that 3-ball slid around the 9 in a fashion that it hasn't been left on for Joshua here. He's looking and coming off 1 rail onto it.
Yeah, safes are tough. Could maybe play the cue ball behind the 7. It's tough to get it behind the 5-6. He'd want to favor the 5-6, but just the way the angles are, it's tough to get to that position from here. Just thinking about the 4-2, it's going to take a lot of left spin. I feel like the 3 might have a little too much angle, too much energy. Stuff the 3 good.
He did. He hit that thin and popped the 3-ball in and out back behind the 9 and was nearly behind that difficult 6-5 you were talking about. And is that 6 blocking the right hand long rail escape?
Extension.
I think he's okay on the kick. The 3 ball's going to kick into the 9 if he catches it 2 rails. I'd actually try to go at this 1 rail when typically you'd go at it 2.
He's playing that gently, Eric.
What a shot.
Used all of his time.
Sure for filler here. That's the left edge. He's trying to get the cue ball going up table, but again, it's tough to hold the 3 on that end of the table. It is going to come up a little bit. But he's okay, I think. Nice shot again. Great stuff from filler in this match so far.
3 ball side pocket.
Yeah, showing great respect to Aloysius. He's fully aware of what this young gentleman is capable of. Looking not to give him an inch. He wasn't far away from that, Eric. And that cue ball's tracking down towards the 4. May have just held up for the 3.
Yeah, simple roll up save here for filler. That's going to look to come off the bottom edge here. Play the cue ball back near the 5-6.
You could hear the folk sat in the prime position to see that ball come off the last rail, and they were already cheering before it had dropped. Fantastic shot from Aloysius there. The only thing he could have done, though, is actually fallen in a position where he can't pot the 4.
Yeah, unbelievable. The cue ball just got in the one space in the table where he can't make the 4 here. Oh, and he's going to leave a look at it. It's a little unlucky there.
Yeah, a little shake of the head from Yap. This game is a game of fine margins, and as our cameraman alluded to there with a great shot, that 4 just tracked into the window.
Still perfect. Oh,
Oh!
that ball was going to go in. I was going to say filler, still perfect, but just a little too high up the rail.
Do you know, I think he walked away thinking he had potted it.
Yeah, his body language told me he made it too. Again, the pockets are just an eighth of an inch smaller now. Makes a difference.
He's got a little bit of something to do with that 7. He's got a nice angle on this 5. Could try and move the 10 and hold for the 6. No.
Yeah, if he didn't go into it there, I think it is available. It looks pretty tied up, but nice shaking his head. So maybe he was trying to get into it an angle off the 6. Yeah, it's not available.
Ooh. There may be a twist left in this opening rack of the second set. Oh, he tried again. To no avail. Is he able to get the cue ball behind the 10 ball, do you think here, Eric? Because, well, there's not many gaps behind the 8 or the 9.
Yeah, he'd have to go off the long rail and he'd have to draw it a little bit. 7 could be banking into the 10 in that case. I think he might be forced to just play the 7 near the 8. He was able to. Good shot.
Oh, that's close to the 10 ball as well, and that does not look jumpable. Oh. Look at the lead. Ah, I love it. Players smiling, showing appreciation to each other for rolls and for... It's great.
Yeah, everything going Filler's way at the moment.
Well, you have to say it was a great escape in the first place. You make your own luck. How's Aloysius? Yaps. Oh, he does one better, Eric. Highlight. Oh, what entertainment, Eric. Fantastic play. World class from both players.
And Yap fighting his way back into this match now.
Fighting back, indeed he is. He needs to win this and the next set. So, still a lot of work to do. And it's winner breaks format, so he'll get the break And as Michael, our statman, alluded to, although he didn't have many breaks in the first rack, he had a 100% success rate. So let's see how that transitions into the second set for him here. And he could really do with it working, Eric.
Yeah, and he actually made the one both times, so it wasn't like he was fluking balls in. Playing a controlled break here. 2 for 2 on the play so far. He's got it again, Gethin.
And something on the 2. It's not exactly sitting pretty.
Yeah, he can draw around the 7, but that's not really going to help him with the overall path of the cue ball. In a perfect world, he could go to the right of the 10 and head back towards the 3, but pretty tough shot.
If he can get good cue ball, is there a 2-10 combination? Does it pass round the 7? He had a little sneaky look. He's having another sneaky look, Eric.
Yeah, he'd have to play it 2 ways, but if he can find a way to do that, it's possible. Shot
No,
there.
he was looking at where he wanted to put the cue ball behind the 7, and again playing it in such a way that that cue ball gets tight enough to the 7 to, well, at least make the jump shot much more difficult.
Yeah, got a little unlucky here with where the 2 ball ended up. This is a pretty high percentage chance for filler here. Main thing is going to be the cue ball control. Caught both points. Yeah, he's going to be back in to lengthen his lead here.
It was a great view of how high Joshua had to get his shoulder up and extend up to jump over that ball. Did it very well. As you said, high percentage. Didn't go this time though. Position on this 4. Doesn't look like it passes the 6 and the 5.
Shot there, knowing that he'd rather have this angle than going to the right off of it. A bit daunting when, even when you have a full pocket and there's another ball there. He's used to shooting into clear paths into pockets. Shot. Speed's perfect, Gethin.
It is indeed. And there's a great opportunity for him. Let's take a 2-0 lead in the second set. As I mentioned before, a must-win set to take us to the third and deciding. And he's still looking cool as ever out there. So doesn't appear to be daunted by the prospect. Ooh,
Okay,
around the 8. We're living every shot, Eric.
Well, Well, as I was saying before, Yap's 3 for 3 on the break now and making consistent things happen. So eventually, if he keeps that up, he's going to start getting a shot on the first ball. That'll be major danger for Filler.
Indeed. And the red lights are flashing. And this is Yap with a very useful second rack. Gets us to 2-0. Just a quick look over our other semi-final matchup between Robbie Capito and Arseny Sevastianov. Well, Arseny's taken the first set there, and they're just kicking off the second. That match being brought to you by our dear colleagues Tim De Ruyter and George Teachea. It's been a great 6 days worth of play. We've had a lot of fun in the box, Eric. This is building up to a very nice crescendo on our final day. And look, as you alluded to, look at the break success for Aloysius Yap.
Yeah, only 2 missed balls for Filler. Both high overall performance. Yap at 842, Filler at 810. Doesn't have it this time, but it might go in the corner. Just off. Ooh. Chance for Filler now.
And a big chance. If that one had dropped, you'd have felt that the way momentum was shifting, Aloysius would have been in for the hill. Instead, it's Filler stepping up to bat. Taking a chunk of the 6, but just hard enough.
Yeah, he's pretty good here. Not much cue ball movement. 5 to the 6 and 6 back to the 7. The only times could get him out of line, but he's a little out of line here, especially if he's on the rail. He's gonna have to elevate now, Gethin. Shot's a lot tougher than it looks. Blind pocket, back cut.
Oh, he makes it. Yeah. And just a nice little angle on the 4. Great response to Aloysius Yap, who really looked like he was taking control in this second set. Still a few more balls for Josh to go here, though.
Slightly drawing into the 6, but he can cheat different parts of the pocket to get out enough. Shot.
Nice for a left-hander.
Yeah, he's too straight here, Gethin. He might have to go rail first. Could power draw it all the way back. And across. Looks like he might. Great shot.
Oh.
Yeah,
Gets
he's
it
good there.
deserved. Lovely applause from the crowd, Eric. That was fantastic cue ball control and brings this rack more under control for him. You could hear a pin drop in the Hyatt Regency Hotel arena here. Joshua and Aloysius Yap silencing this Jacksonville crowd on this occasion is Joshua Filler, the German, who gets the scoreline back to 2-1 in this second set. And he does lead by 1-0. So maybe a change in the momentum in this second set. It will give Joshua the break in this winner breaks format. And these both players, Eric, you cannot give them an inch. They will run away with the rack.
Yeah, Filler making it look easy. Got himself in trouble a couple times there, but got out of it quickly. Yap's playing stronger in the second set so far. No real mistakes. Break's going to be big. Both players playing well. If they're able to get a ball down and on the first ball, consider them big favorites to get through the rack.
Absolutely. While Florian Rettenbacher just finishes racking these up, wanting to make sure they are perfect. Our gentleman from Austria. Just want to make sure everyone's got their agendas ready for today and maybe into the future. We have the JAX Men's Open Final commencing local time 5:30, and then following that at 7:30 local time, we will have the final of the Kamui 2025 Women's 9-Ball World Championships between So Soa and Christina Tkach. So we bring you back to Josh Filler. Looked like he was about to make a ball off the break, but it didn't, Eric.
Yeah, he went fully from the side rail this time. Didn't make a ball on his previous break, so try to change it up, but nothing down again. Yap can try to get the cue ball near the 10. Bunch of blockers in the middle. Just looking ideally for a way to get close to another ball and take away the jump. Look at this, he might leave it. Five's okay.
Ooh. Well, if there is the thinnest of edges, he is not going to go for it. Going for the short rail. As you look at the JAX 10-ball sign right at the top of the table. Made the hit, but both balls staying out in the open.
Yeah, tough one for Yap here. Miss a ball in the pocketing. 5-ball. Playing big, going over towards the 2. Could actually play it with some left and avoid the 5 altogether.
One ball, counter extension.
Using his extension early, recognizing the importance of this shot. Delicately played, Eric.
Perfectly played. He's in good form now.
Yeah, that could turn into the key shot for this rack for Yap.
Out of nowhere. Wow.
These 4 and an
Similar
8
shot
are tightening up.
Yeah. Similar shot that Filler had last rack. I didn't expect him to miss that one, though. Elevation just got him a little bit.
Oh, straight drawback. Difficult shot to play. Well, Filler as always, just not being completely happy, but that's normally good enough.
Yeah, I wonder how much room the 4 has past the 5. Or the 6, pardon me. It's going to be tough now if he doesn't have a full pocket.
No, he knew he was going to run into the 5, so played it a little bit harder, but that cue ball's tracked up the table and is on the 50-yard line somewhat. And it is not a full pocket, Eric, as you pointed out.
Yeah, he's going to bank the 4 here. Must be two-way call. We're favoring save. Just playing the cue ball behind the 8. Done nicely.
Yeah, done very nicely. Aloysius has brought his jump stick with him. If he doesn't need to... If he's not hampered by the 8, he could go over the edge of this 10. Fraught with danger. Oh,
good try.
Yeah, that wasn't far away. But where that 4 has landed now, Joshua getting rewarded from that safety.
Yeah, good chance for filler here. Just has to get the cue ball. Actually might go into the 10 right now. Slightly risky, but it'll open up the 8. If he doesn't, he'll just have to get the cue ball down to the short rail for the 8.
He's avoided it. Feels he can get on the 8 from the 7. Well, that's the angle he was looking at. And that's where he wants to bring the cue ball down to. This for position on the 8 and to get the scoreline back to 2-2 in the second set. Look at that, Eric.
He's right on point throughout the whole match so far.
Oh, he stood there like he expected the cue ball to roll a little bit further.
More distance than ideal here, but he's in dead stroke. See any problems here?
Very, very good clearance from Joshua Filler to bring the scoreline back to 2-2. It did look like Aloysius Yap was going to take away on this second set. It's not to be. And Joshua Filler will get the break. And if our viewers have got their 2026 calendar up or out, here's one to add to the diary already as we get to the closing stages of 2025 here in Jacksonville, Florida. We will be returning on the 28th of February for the Predator European Championships, and that will be followed later on, straight afterwards, March the 12th, the Predator Euro Tour Antalya, both of them in Turkey. We will be bringing you the matches live, fast and furious, as they have been here for the last 6 days in Jacksonville. And what a finals day we're having so far. Joshua Filler to break, 2-2. He leads by 1-0.
Nothing down again. No shot on the 1 for Yap.
A little bit of traffic for him to aim for with safety play.
I think ideally you'd like to go behind the 5, but the 5 is pretty close to the rail. It'd be a pretty precise shot to get right in behind it. Can still bank the 1 near the 3-7 if he tries that shot, so doesn't necessarily have to get behind the 5 for coverage. Most aggressive shot is the bank, Gethin. If he really wants to make something happen. And off the right side of it. Shot.
I have to say, Eric, I liked your idea of the bank, especially the path that cue ball was going to take. But this isn't a bad effort either. Doesn't look like there's enough room past the 10 either for the 1 rail. Oh, there is. Or rather, there was, with a little bit of effect on the ball. And that has not gone safe for Filler. And that will bring Aloysius out of his chair with a good look on this 1 ball, and not too much to do for the blue 2. The story will be what happens with the red 3.
Yeah, I don't think it goes anywhere, Gethin.
No, from that camera angle, it would certainly indicate that. Maybe a good opportunity to freeze up against the 7 off of it, but doesn't look like there's an opportunity for him to run out cleanly here.
Yeah, I think getting below it is the best play. Ideally on an angle where it's easy to get behind the 7. There'll be other safes available if he doesn't get that perfect angle. You know, it might be available from the smallest of areas over on the left long rail. Looks like he's trying to get over there. Not quite sure about that one.
No. Florian Rettenbacher having a closer inspection. And with you, Eric, I don't think that's on.
Yeah, he hit it at a speed where it's like he was trying to get underneath it, but if he was trying to get underneath it, I'm surprised he didn't go up the right long rail. He's going to be okay here. He can cross it over and play the cue ball near the 10. Is this on, Gethin?
It's come around the 10 and it's crept past the 9. How much? Josh is having a close look. Our cameraman's trying to get in close.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, he's dragged it and it's dropped.
Filler. Had to get into the thin part of the ball there, I'm assuming. So really only had half a pocket just because the 9 was blocking the middle of the pocket. Great shot.
Yeah.
Filler's played great in this match so far.
Oh, he has. And, well, you have to say the same for his opponent, but for 2 mistakes, it's really been down. Well, you would have thought it would have come down to the success of the breaks. Aloysius, yep, having great success from his break, but Josh just firing on all cylinders at the moment and getting the better of the safety plate to all intensive purposes, which has made a big difference.
Cue ball's drawing to the right a little too much. Still do things with follow here.
Joshua Filler staring down. turning this second set around, trailing 2-0 to bringing himself onto the hill in this race to 4, second set.
Masterclass, Gethin. Just that one mistake from Yap on the 2 ball in rack number 4. But other than that, Josh is making things happen here.
Absolutely. I introduced both players as match munchers. And well, Joshua Villa has just munched up the last 3 in a row to completely turn around this second set. He now leads 1-0 and finds himself on the hill in this second set. So although he'll have the break, Aloysius Yap will need to get back to the table to give himself any chance of staying in this match. And well, Eric, you've nailed it. World-class performance from Joshua. You could say he's trying to get one toe in the final. That final will be played at 5:30 local time today. That is just under 2 hours from now.
Hasn't made a ball in his last 2 breaks. Going for the 1 here. Just missed it. Nothing down again.
No. But as you can see, nothing for Aloysius either. He's back to the table, but he's got nothing, Eric, and he does have the opportunity to push if he wants to. But I'll look for your lead on where he could potentially do that too.
I actually don't mind the 2-rail kick. The 4, 7, 8 are going to play pretty big. You'd have to control the kick well. Pushing against a player like Filler when there's 10 balls on the table, you just got to feel like he's going to find something.
Yeah, that's the way you put that. The laws of averages and statistics would tell you exactly that. And he's called a push.
A kick, but he's going to lay off of it.
Yeah. It sort of looked like he called the push and then found himself confused again about where he was going to push to. So he
just linked Filler with the similar proposition here, but jumps a part of it now.
The potting angle might actually be on for the jump, but jumping that 4 and keeping the cue ball on the table after contacting the 1, well, that will be a job in itself. So Aloysius looking at he could have a 1 or a 2-rail escape. It looks like it's the 1 rail.
Distance. Looks like he's left a part of the 1. Again, tough to see if he has the full angle to pocket it. It's close, but I feel like he doesn't have enough. He'll be, oh, he's looking at the pocketing angle. So chance for Filler here.
Yeah. The 2 is sat nicely in the open if he were to make it.
Undercut it, so it was there. First missed ball from Filler in a number of games. Yeah, has a tough opener now.
He does. He's played that fantastically with the side effect taken on the cue ball before it got to the object ball. That was judged very well. And that camera angle just alluded to the fact that the 3 passes the 4. This is shaping out quite nicely for Yap.
Yeah, looking like a hill second set here.
I think we deserve no less, Eric.
Of course, bring it on. 3 sets. Awesome to see these players playing at this level.
Yeah, just stuns it off the long rail. Looking for good position on this 6 to come up for the 7. And well, that's looking quite elementary for Aloysius from there.
Well, straight here. He can power draw back to the right long rail if he feels like he can't create an angle going up table. And a little angle going to the right. Nicely done. It's good now, Gethin.
Yeah, I have to agree. You fancy him for 3-3 here with the break into the deciding rack of our second set. But it's must win for Yap here. Not just this rack, but the next one to take us to a third and deciding set. Very nice. Doesn't need to do anything off this 9 ball with the cue ball to hold for the 10 into the other corner pocket, bottom right. And we will, Eric, have our first hill for our second set.
Yeah, he's had 4 breaks in the match now. He's made the 1 on 3 of them. He's sitting on a big threat to break and run here. All eyes will be on the break.
That would be his ideal solution to this predicament. A break and run, not give Josh any look in this deciding rack for the second set. Just having a quick look over at the other table, Eric. Arseni Sebastianov of Finland did take a 1-0 lead in sets. Robbie Capito has replied, is currently 3-1 up in racks in their second set. So that one could go to a third and deciding set. That match being overseen by our referee Eva Poskochilova of Czechia. As we come back here to look at Florian Rettenbacher of Austria getting our players off. 3-3, second set. Aloysius Yap to break is trailing 1-0. Must win rack for him here.
He's got it again. Almost lost the cue ball. 1 ball's down. Where's the 2 gonna end up? It's okay, Gethin.
Oh, yeah. Needs to be particular to get through traffic to come back for the 3 off this 2, but he's got to be happy, tickled pink even with that.
Yeah, just wants to make sure he avoids the 9 coming off the long rail here. The angles can play around 2 rails to kind of float the cue ball past the 6. But again, the 9's a bit of a problem with that path.
Yeah, and you want to be careful trying to cheat these center pockets. Oh, nicely done.
Four ball's going to be the toughest ball left.
Yeah, he's
Going
to
between
play
the 7 and the rail. Go ahead.
A similar shot here. Ideally would like to come round 3 rails and just run into that 8 ball. But I think the angle is a bit too thick.
Yeah, I kind of like going between the 7 and the rail and playing it with some left spin. I didn't think about the option of running into the 8. It's a little risky, but if he could control that properly, that'd be the ideal angle on the 4. Look at this.
Oh,
It's okay, Gethin.
he took a bit of your idea, he took a bit of my idea, and he's come out just lovely.
Cue ball's running into the 10 here. That's going to leave him some distance. Looks like he's considering drawing out of it. Oh, the side pocket got him, Gethin.
Did the cue ball go in as well?
It did.
Cue ball.
What a turnaround here for Filler.
Oh,
Chance. Yeah, it's great effort from Yap in this rack. Got through the tough part of it. Just got caught on the speed going into the side.
well, what a turnaround in this second set. Aloysius Yap having to sit there and watch his opponent come back from 2-0 down to lead by 3-2. He's got it back to Hill. Hill had the best possible chance to win and take us to a third and deciding set. But as you can very well see, Joshua Filler back at the table and has this opportunity to get to our JAX Men's Open final here in Jacksonville, Florida. Combination.
Short side of the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been thinking about the short side since he saw the problem with the 8. Can go on the bottom right or the middle right.
Yeah, doesn't matter if he overruns it. He has it available for the center pocket. The applause would suggest he has.
Tough one for Yap. Just a couple mistakes in each set, and that's all it took. It's one of the best performances from Filler I've seen. Seen many good ones. This one's right up there.
Yeah, even if making this 10 will put himself in the JAX Men's Open final. And on this sort of form, Eric, you feel that he is in a great position to take the final, but he has the final to go. That will take place here on this table at 5:30 local time. That's 2 hours from now. But please do tune into our table 2 right now. We have the other semi-final underway. Match between Robbie Capito and Arseny Sevastianov. Robbie Capito is 3-2 up in the second set, but does trail 1-0. So Potentially a lot of pool left over there. And then please do join us back. Following the men's final, we also have at 7:30, please stick it in your diary, the Kamui 2025 WPA Women's 9-Ball World Championship Final. That matchup's already been decided. So Soa takes on Christina Tkach. My name's Gethin Davis. A big thank you to all of you for watching and joining us. Big thank you to our players, Joshua Filler, Aloysius Yap. Best of luck to Joshua in the final. My name's Gethin Davis. It's been my pleasure. Thank you very much, Eric Horlifson. We look forward to seeing you back for our men's final not long from now.